It was just past midnight when I heard the unmistakable sound of a door being forced open. My garage, my property, was under attack. But this wasn't a random break-in. I knew exactly who it was. Fake HOA enforcers. Karen had somehow convinced a couple of wannabe security officers to break in and intimidate my family, thinking we'd be too scared to fight back. I bolted out of bed, heart racing, and ran toward the garage. What I saw made my blood run cold at first, but then a proud sense of relief took over. My son, only 16 but trained in firearms and tactical defense under my supervision, was already standing at the garage entrance. Dual Glocks in hand, eyes sharp, stance solid. "Step back," he said, voice steady. "You're on private property, and you're about to make a very bad decision." The enforcers froze. They had clearly expected an empty garage, or at worst, a confused homeowner. Instead, they were met with precision and readiness they couldn't possibly anticipate. Sweat ran down their foreheads as they realized the level of defense they were facing. I arrived just behind him, calmly surveying the scene. "This is your first and only warning," I said. "Leave now, or things will get very real very fast." Karen's voice rang out from somewhere behind the tree line, panicked and desperate. "They can't do that. They're HOA property," she screamed. "Call the cops." I smiled. "You can call all the fake cops you want. They're not real. And this is my property." One of the enforcers tried to step forward, probably thinking his fake badge would hold any weight. My son's response was immediate. He raised both Glocks and aimed carefully. "Last chance," he said, every word steady, every syllable commanding. Within seconds, they backed off. Their authority evaporated the moment they realized we weren't just bluffing, and the garage wasn't theirs to claim. Karen's face appeared briefly over the fence, pale and shaking, before retreating into the night. After ensuring the garage doors were secured and the perimeter safe, I lowered my son's weapons. He gave me a nod, calm, confident, and proud. "They won't be back," he said, and I knew he was right. The next morning, I called local law enforcement, not because we needed help with the intruders, but to officially report the break-in. The officers were shocked when I explained that these HOA enforcers had attempted to force entry. "You have every right to protect your property," one of them said, "and it sounds like you and your son handled it perfectly." By afternoon, the story had spread through the neighborhood. Everyone knew. Karen's attempt to intimidate us had failed spectacularly. Not only did her fake enforcers retreat, but they also left a clear message. Our family and our property weren't to be trifled with. Karen, predictably, tried to spin the incident to her friends, claiming we overreacted. But anyone who saw the photos of the forced garage door and the prepared stance of my son knew the truth. Some lessons need to be learned the hard way. You don't break into someone's property, and you definitely don't underestimate the people inside. By the end of the week, life was back to normal. Jason and I grilled outside, my son helped with some home projects, and the garage remained untouched. An untouchable fortress, really. And somewhere in the neighborhood, Karen was probably plotting her next move, unaware that sometimes the right combination of preparation, training, and courage makes even the most entitled HOA president irrelevant.